Hey there, it's George Carroll, and for the last 6 years, I've been developing a live event called The Greatest Year of Your Life, which initially started out as a half-day vision board event where people would come in, we'd create vision boards and go out and try to achieve our goals for that year. And now it's evolved into a transformational 3-day event where I bring in multiple speakers on multiple topics. And one of the most important topics as it relates to people who are entrepreneurs or trying to grow their business or people who want to learn the power of video marketing is Anthony Prichard. And he's bringing in a very important topic called the new you in the new age on video. Anthony, welcome.
Thanks, George. Thanks for having me on. I'm really excited to come share this knowledge, this experience with your people and your event. There's a ton of information out there on video marketing happening right now, and I'm really just here to share it.
Right on, man. Well, I'm excited to have you there because I know for me personally, my business has benefited tremendously by putting myself on video. And I always tell people, putting you on video is like having little messengers kind of running around the internet and little salespeople running around the internet telling other people about your work while you're out doing other things that are important. And so it's a great way to delegate you and duplicate you out into the marketplace. But Anthony, before we jump into some of the important questions that I have for you, tell us a little bit about your journey. How did you get into helping other people, business owners, grow their businesses using YouTube?
Yeah, well, thanks, George. I today am a certified Google partner and a YouTube specialist. And I say that I'm helping businesses fix previously failed online marketing with video. But it didn't always used to be that way. I used to be a corporate sales representative. And my manager taught me to go out there and make lots of introductions every day with business networking and cold calling. And after a couple years, I just hit this wall of recognizing that I wasn't going to be able to prolong this activity and have a good quality of life for very much longer. And it was because of the incessant activity that was demanded of me. And so I did start to work smarter instead of harder, and I published these videos on the internet, which people would consume at their own level, at their own need, and it would generate questions, and they would contact me. And so now I generate 1 to 2 leads per day, and sometimes I don't publish a video for a couple weeks, but I've got enough videos out there that they're seeing them, they're watching them, and they're contacting me, asking me questions, which in my mind are buying questions, and I want to teach your audience how to do the same thing.
Right on, man. I love it because, it's such a brilliant thing to be able to duplicate yourself like that and work smarter and not harder. And video is definitely the way to do it. And one thing that I notice is initially when people are starting to learn the power of video, they create this idea that it's so complex and it's so technical and they won't be able to learn it because it's so complex.
Yeah.
And really the industry has made it so simple for you to learn this kind of technology. Tell us, Anthony, what are some of the biggest arguments right now happening in video marketing?
Right. Well, George, in the past, in order to get a video seen by people in your geographical area, you needed to hire a producer, a videographer, and an editor to put this together and put it on TV. But it's not that way anymore. The barrier to entry has come way down. Everything you need is right here in your phone. And when I started my business, I knew that I wasn't going to take a year to learn video editing. I was going to wait for technology to come to me and to make it easy for me to capture myself doing what I do. I say that I'm just giving people that find me evidence that I can do what I say I can do, and that's called social proof. And you can do that same thing for your business, whatever it is that you do, even if you're not in business, but you've got a major cause or a major solution for people who are dealing with a life problem. So let me show you all the hacks and shortcuts that I've made so that it makes it easy for you to spend 30 minutes a week. That's all I'm saying, 30 minutes a week, and you can generate these leads the same way that I did.
Love it, Anthony. I've learned a lot from you over the years, just watching you and implementing some of the strategies that you've taught me, and especially the whole concept of how quickly you can help people get on the first page of Google with a keyword search. And, tell me more about when somebody's considering working with you or when somebody wants to learn from you, what are some of their biggest objections in moving forward?
Right. Well, if you do a Google search for YouTube specialist in Denver, Colorado, I show up at the top of the first page. And what I did to create that result for myself was to think about the person that I could help the most and what would happen to them in their life if they're moving along, if they're going along, and they reach this point where they're so uncomfortable, they're so frustrated that they're willing to do whatever it takes to make a change. And then they sit down and they type in to the Google search engine something. That's the thing that you title your video at, and I can show you how to get that video on the first page of Google for that thing that that person types in to Google in your corner of the world. Because YouTube is having the Oprah effect for local search. And you might say, what's that, Anthony? Well, when you have a book and you go on Oprah, you sell like a Google Plus of books. Well, the same thing is true when you've got a specialty. You've got something that you specialize in your corner of the world. Google knows that video is a high-level end-user experience, and so it produces these YouTube videos as a result in the Google search engine.
So, Anthony, let's put the proof in the pudding right now. Is there a website that you can send people to, or a search that people can Google where they would find you on the front page?
Absolutely. If they type in YouTube for business in Denver or YouTube specialist in Denver, Colorado, you will find my videos sitting right there at the very top of the first page. This is the live demonstration that I'm going to give people at your event in January, George. I'm going to show people how to do the same thing for their own organization at this event.
So what's YouTube business in Denver? Is that what it is? Or
yes.
Okay, yep, there you are. And it's not, so you guys, when you search for something in Google, what will happen is that Google will typically put an ad or two on top, but Anthony is such a ninja in this system that he doesn't even need to pay for the ad. He's got VIP access with Google, and Google says, that's Anthony.
I'm going to tap that.
So there you are, YouTube business in Denver. You see, he's the first two videos. So that's the proof in the pudding. That's what he's going to teach you how to do at the Greatest Year of Your Life event on day 3. Anthony, I have another question for you. Let me switch my page here. How can video help anyone? Because, it's obvious why business owners and business folks need to learn how to get themselves on video and online more. But how can it help anyone?
Well, this is a common question that I get quite often because people maybe underestimate their own value. But there is someone for everyone. And I don't know what your belief is in spirituality, but we all have these special gifts and talents that are given to us. And by just expressing those, we will naturally resonate with a certain amount of the population. For example, Justin Bieber. He doesn't resonate with me, but there are a lot of other people that think he's attractive and amusing and entertaining.
You obviously haven't watched his documentary. I think it's called Believe.
Oh.
Or no, he said never say never. I mean, you obviously haven't seen this, Anthony. So I'm a little bit offended that you don't take a liking to Justin Bieber as I do. I'm sorry. Continue, please.
Yeah, and that's something that Bieber's got to be okay with, George. And that's what I'm saying you've got to be okay with too, is that people aren't going to resonate with you, and people are. And if you worry yourself about the people that aren't, then you're never going to do this video marketing thing. But that's the nature of video marketing. You're just not going to be a great fit for everyone. And you've got to be okay with that. So don't come unless you're okay with offending people. That's what I'm going to say.
Well, that's a good point, too, because one of the fears that you teach, that are the top 4 fears, is the fear of being judged, right? Or the fear of something like that. Is that right?
That's right. The fear of judgment is the #1 reason that people don't get on video.
Wow. So here's what I want to ask you now, just to kind of go with that, is what's the biggest thing you've seen happen with video? Like, for sky's the limit. What's possible for anyone?
Well, it can go viral. That's what's possible. If you look at the Dollar Shave Club, that has gone from, a small investment to a multi-billion-dollar company that was just recently sold. All kinds of business ideas happen like this because they can reach all people everywhere instantly in the palm of their hand. Video and the internet combined are the 2 most powerful business tools in the world, because the internet can reach everyone, and video is the highest end user experience because it communicates 80% better than print, text, or audio messages because of body language. Now, I'm standing here in front of you telling you my name, but I'm also saying non-verbally that I'm a hustler and that I work hard. People like that. I'm also saying that I'm standing behind my brand name and I'm going to stand up for it, that I believe in it. I didn't say that until just now, but just by being on video, it communicates that. You can see my eyes. You can see my posture. You can see my body language. You know what I'm saying, George? I can't hear you. Did you mute yourself? Oh, there.
Yeah, I was saying, sorry about that, I was muted. I said, I want to get in here. I want them to see my eyes too.
Yeah. So this is what they're going to learn at the Greatest Year of Your Life event. I really hope they come prepared to express themselves in a bigger way, because they're going to make a big impact. And they're going to generate traffic. They're going to generate subscribers. They're going to generate more followers. And the best thing is that they don't have to work for greedy people anymore. They don't have to work for jerks anymore. They can just work with people who are the best fit for them, which makes their quality of life go through the roof. I love my job. I love waking up every day because I'm only working with people who are a lot like me.
I love your energy, man, and I love what you're bringing to the event, because not only are you going to teach them the tools and the steps on how to get on video and how to get on the first page of YouTube, but you're also going to teach them, hey, what are some of the internal blocks? Because this 3-day event is designed for personal and professional transformation. They're going to take a look at, hey, what are the fears that I have around doing video and how can I overcome them? And what I love about this event is that it's very experiential. It's not just a speaker just blabbing at you for the entire 3 days. It's actually you doing experiences, because we know that if you just watch visually, you're going to learn a little bit. If you just watch and listen, you're going to learn a little bit. But if you're watching, listening, and you're learning kinesthetically, which means you're doing and participating in exercises that all the speakers, including myself, are going to bring in, you're going to leave with so much of the teaching in your muscle when you leave the event, so you set yourself up for success. Anthony, any last words about the importance of doing video as it relates to either people in business or not in business, and why it's important? Any last words of wisdom that kind of are being channeled through you right now?
Yeah, George, the first time we ever did something, and I learned this from you, it's the scariest. And that indication that it scares us is actually our calling, that we need to do it to evolve into a higher expression of ourselves. And it feels a little worrisome at first when you step outside your comfort zone, and then the expansion that happens after you take that step is just such a fulfilling, gratifying feeling. And I really owe you a debt of gratitude for showing that to me when I showed up 4 years ago at the Greatest Year of Your Life event. I never would have made it to where I am today without my own participation. I'm a kinesthetic learner. I learn the best by doing. I also teach the best by doing. So that's what you're going to get on January 15th, I think, is the day that I'm speaking, right?
That's it, January 15th. So the event is a 3-day event, January 13th, 14th, and 15th. And the venue for the event is very amazing. So go to GYOYL.com or whatever link is being shared here in this post, and you can see more about all of the speakers, all of the topics, all of the 3 days. The venue is at the Skyline Ballroom. It's at the top of the Courtyard Marriott in the Denver Cherry Creek area, and it is going to be epic. I mean, there are, if you can imagine, panoramic windows all around the event, so you can see one view of the mountains, another view of the city. And imagine spending 3 days in a nurturing space like that, creating 2017 your way. So thanks, Anthony, for sharing your brilliance with us. We look forward to learning more from you at the Greatest Year of Your Life 2017. And for those of you who are watching this, if you haven't registered for the Greatest Year of Your Life 2017, spots are running low. So we only have a total of 100 spots, very intimate event that we're doing. So you want to make sure and get registered before seats run out. And I know right now, as of whatever today's date is, October 15th, we actually, is it the 15th or what's going on here? Yeah,
17th.
No, it's the 17th, October 17th. As of October 17th, we have 33 seats left out of 100. So make sure and go get yours. I look forward to seeing you there. And Anthony, I'm sure he does too.
Yep. See ya.